Welcome back to today's video. On this channel, I share my thoughts and experiences on homeschooling in South Africa over the past few years. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. In today's topic, we are going to dig into the BELA bill. This video might create some uncertainty in certain viewers, but I would like to assure you that I am just trying to give factual information so that you, the parent, can make an informative decision about your homeschool journey. So let's first discuss, what is the BELA bill? BELA stands for Basic Education Laws Amendment. Actioned in 1996, the BELA bill was instated to bring a more standardized educational system across the board in South Africa. During the time of the introduction of the BELA bill was the time that corporal punishment was banned in South African schools. Over the decades, as with all laws in our country, the bill has been amended to suit the growing needs of our diverse country. It is the latest amendment that has caused the most stir amongst homeschoolers and the media in recent times. How did the BELA bill affect homeschooling in South Africa? Homeschooling was legalized in South Africa in 1996 as part of the implementation of the BELA bill. Before 1996, it was illegal to homeschool your child in South Africa. Since the legalization of homeschooling in South Africa, it has been a requirement that students be registered with their designated departments in each province. It has been a battle between homeschoolers and the state ever since. Over the years, many parents have followed the procedures and registered their children with their designated departments. But for many parents, who felt they would rather have legal aid as a backup, chose not to register. In one of my other videos, I discuss in more detail the registration process and why one should or should not register with the department. So what has changed in the new proposed BELA bill? According to media, the following things were proposed to be amended in the existing act. Number 1. Making grade R the compulsory starting age for school. However, the Department of Education has admitted that they might have a problem funding this, as infrastructures of 7,888 schools would have to be upgraded to facilitate these changes. Number 2. Criminalizing parents who fail to ensure their children attend school. The bill addresses this issue by introducing the possibility of jail time for parents who do not take responsibility for their children's attendance. It also specifies that anyone intentionally disrupting school activities may be found guilty of breaking the law and could face imprisonment for up to 12 months. From my understanding, number 2 could be aimed toward parents whose children are attending school, but fail to ensure that their children are in school. These children might be roaming the streets during school times and in some cases might end up participating in criminal activities. I am not sure if this is in fact aimed at homeschoolers. We will have to wait for the publication of the bill to get some absolute clarity on this matter. Number 3. Home education. The amendment stipulates that, when evaluating an application, the head of the department may require a delegated official to conduct a pre-registration site visit. Additionally, the Minister of Basic Education may establish regulations regarding the registration and administration of home education. The department acknowledges that the amendment regarding homeschooling recognizes the concerns of parents who prefer not to send their children to public schools. I am not sure how number 3 will affect homeschoolers who have already been registered with the department. I believe that past registrations will still be considered valid, but again, we will have to wait and see what this states once the bill has been written into law. Number 4. Language policy. This clause aims to amend Section 6 of the SASA Act to mandate that the governing body submit the language policy of a public school, along with any amendments, to the head of the department for approval. The language policy must consider the linguistic needs of the broader community. Number 5. Sale of alcohol on school premises. This clause addresses the possession, consumption, or sale of liquor during private or religious functions held on school premises. Number 6. Religion. The bill proposes that a school's code of conduct must be sensitive to cultural beliefs and religious observances. The code should also include a section allowing students to request exemptions from specific parts of the code of conduct. Number 7. Corporal punishment. The bill affirms the prohibition of corporal punishment in schools. It suggests that individuals administering corporal punishment may face fines or imprisonment. So let's just focus now on what is proposed on homeschooling. It appears that the government wants to have control over the curriculum that is taught by homeschoolers, and might want to, in the future, force parents to only use prescribed curriculum. The concern, I believe for most parents is, the new sex education curriculum that the Department of Basic Education wants to introduce into schools. There were sources who stated as young as grade 4, but there is no concrete evidence of what the department stated. The department wanted to implement the new curriculum to help curb gender-based violence in South Africa. However, I do agree that it is not the government's place to educate children about their sexual orientation and masturbation, especially in the early years. I suspect that there will still be a lot of criticism and unsurety that will arise from this matter in the future. Finally, there were also talks about accepting online schools as designated providers in the future, but this is also a matter that has been set aside for now. I do understand that our legislation in South Africa does not provide for online school providers, and that there will have to be strict regulations in place for these providers to qualify. It is difficult, as there were private schools in the past who have not even met these standards, according to some media. Only time will tell to see where this new bill will take us. In conclusion to today's video, I would like to suggest that you do not create a panic around the proposed bill. The battle is still far from over. However, I do suggest if you would like to stay informed about the developments around the new proposed bill, that you always rely on reading information that came from a trusted resource. The internet can be a very scary place, and there will always be people who misinterpret information and spread false news. Always ensure that the information you read is from a reputable source and can be backed up with facts. If you are not sure about the direction to follow, approach the Pestalozzi Trust for legal advice and guidance. Thank you for joining us again today. Please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Until next time, happy homeschooling.